Ezekiel chapter 12. And the word of Yahweh came to me, Ezekiel, saying, Son of man, you are dwelling in the midst of a rebellious house. They have eyes to see, but they have not seen. They have ears to hear, but they have not heard. For they are a rebellious house. Therefore, son of man, prepare your baggage for exile, and go into exile by day before their eyes. And you shall go from your place into exile to another place before their eyes. It could be that they see, though they are a rebellious house. And you shall bring out your baggage for exile before their eyes by day, and at evening go before their eyes, like those who go into exile. Dig through the wall before their eyes, and you shall bring them out through it. Take them on your shoulders, your baggage, and bring them out at dark before their eyes. Cover your face, so that you do not see the land, for I have made you a sign to the house of Israel. And so I did as I was commanded. I'll pause here for a minute. Son of man, you are dwelling in the midst of a rebellious house. They have eyes to see, but they have not seen. They have ears to hear, but they have not heard, for they are a rebellious house. Reminds me of 54,000 different denominations in Christendom, to be perfectly frank. Then in verse 3, Therefore, son of man, prepare your baggage for exile, and go into exile by day before their eyes. Wait a minute. Ezekiel is already in exile. He's part of the tribe of Judah that has been exiled during the Babylonian captivity. He's outside of Jerusalem with a remnant of the tribe of Judah. What's happening here? You're already in exile. How are you going to go into exile? Well, there are still people in Jerusalem of the tribe of Judah who didn't go into this captivity. And there were factions at this point amongst the remnant of the leadership of the house of Judah. Do they side with the Babylonians? Do they side with the Pharaoh in Egypt who might be able to rescue them from the Babylonians? I remember, I think it was, was it Pharaoh Necho? One of the pharaohs earlier was defeated by the Babylonians, and the Jews had put their hope in Pharaoh to save them rather than Yah to save them. There's a big siege that went on, and the Babylonians took Jerusalem, and they sent a bunch of people into exile, one of which being Ezekiel. But there are still some of the tribe of Judah in Jerusalem. And this is the rebellious house that Yah is talking about here. And this is the sign that Ezekiel is making by packing his stuff up where everybody can see it, digging a hole through the wall and going through the wall at dusk, at dark, with his baggage, going into exile as a sign. For I have made you a sign to the house of Israel. So this is a living witness, if you will, a prophecy that maybe, since they're not seeing, they're not hearing Yah, maybe they'll see Ezekiel and it'll click for them. Those who are still in Jerusalem are not safe. They are a rebellious house. It's also interesting, I have made you a sign to the house of Israel. The word sign is used typically in the Bible to describe covenants, like your wedding ring on your hand is a sign that you're married, that you're in covenant with somebody. And I just wanted to drop a little nugget on you. There's 3 places in the Word where signs are called covenants. Covenants, agreements between 2 or more parties. Think of like a legal contract. You do your part, I'll do my part. And these 3 signs are Shabbat, the keeping of the Sabbath, the circumcision, and Zitziot, the wearing of tassels. These are all signs of a covenant, biblically. I thought that was pretty interesting. Then we look at verse 7. This one line, I think, is very powerful and probably overlooked. And so I did as I was commanded. did not moan, I did not complain, I did not whine, and so I did as I was commanded. I think that says a lot about the disposition of a man of Elohim. And so I did as I was commanded. I brought out my baggage for exile by day, and that evening I dug through the wall with my hand. I brought them out at dark, and I took them on my shoulder before their eyes. And in the morning the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, did not the house of Israel, the rebellious house, say to you, What are you doing? Say to them, Thus said the Master Yahweh, This message is to the prince in Jerusalem and all the house of Israel who are in their midst. Now, Israel here is an inclusive term, meaning the 12 tribes. See, because the prince in Jerusalem, the leadership in Jerusalem, this is a sign for those still in Jerusalem, and all the house of Israel. So Israel was 12 tribes. They began to split during the reign of King David. David was his first 7 years, he was king of Judah. And then his last 33 years, he was king of all Israel. But then during the time of Solomon, the houses truly split into the house of Judah and the house of Israel. Judah being Judah, Benjamin, and approximately 2/3 of the Levites. Varies from text to text, source to source. The house of Israel being the other 10 tribes, Issachar and Zebulun and Naphtali and Dan and Ephraim and Manasseh and Gad and Asher and so forth and so on, and 1/3 of the Levites. That was the house of Israel. Well, Yah here is referring to them inclusively. This message is to the prince in Jerusalem and all the house of Israel who are in their midst. For everybody, all of Abraham's children. Say, I am assigned to you. As I have done, so it is done to them. They are to go into exile, into captivity. You're not safe in Jerusalem. They are to go into exile, into captivity. And the prince who is in their midst is to bear his baggage on his shoulder at dark and go out, the prince of Jerusalem. They are to dig through the wall to bring them out through it. He is to cover his face so that he does not see the land with his eyes. And I shall spread my net over him, and he shall be caught in my snare, says Yahweh. And I shall bring him to Babel, the land of the Kasdim, but he shall not see it, and yet die there. You mean like having his eyes put out by Nebuchadnezzar? And I shall scatter to every wind all who are around him to help him, and all his bands, and I shall draw out the sword after them. I shall scatter to every wind all who are around him to help him. There is no one coming to help you, because Yah has declared it. And they shall know that I am Yahweh. When I scatter them among the nations, I shall disperse them throughout the lands. But I shall let a few of their men escape from the sword, from scarcity of food, and from pestilence, so that they recount all their abominations among the nations wherever they go, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. This is like leaving a couple witnesses alive to tell the story. After an attack, after an ambush, after a massacre, leave 2 alive. So they'll go tell everybody else, don't mess with those people. Similar concept here. So that they recount all their abominations among the nations wherever they go, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. See, they're going to recount their abominations. They're going to tell everybody else what they did wrong and why they were smote, why they got some from Yah. And they shall know that I am Yahweh. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. Willingly or unwillingly, you're going to know Yah one way or the other. You can know him in the best of ways or the worst of ways, but one way or another, you shall know that I am Yahweh. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, eat your bread with trembling, and drink your water with fear and anxiety. And they shall say to the people of the land, Thus said Master Yahweh to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the land of Israel, Let them eat their bread with anxiety, and drink their water with astonishment. for her land is emptied to all who are in it, because of the violence of all who dwell in it. And the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste, and the land shall become a wasteland, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. Scarcity of food, very little water, the land shall become a waste. There's no escaping this judgment. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, what is this proverb that the people have about the land of Israel, which say, the days go by, and every vision shall come to naught? Therefore say to them, Thus said the Master Yahweh, I shall make this proverb to cease, so that they no longer use it as a proverb in Israel, but say to them, the days have drawn near, as well as the matter of every vision. For no longer is there to be any false vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh. I speak, and the word which I speak is done. It is no longer deferred. For in your days, O rebellious house, when I speak the word, I shall do it, declares the Master Yahweh. Again, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, see the house of Israel is saying the vision that he is seeing is for many days from now, and he is prophesying of times far off. Therefore say to them, Thus said the Master Yahweh, none of my words are deferred any longer. When I speak a word, it is done, declares the Master Yahweh. So, these Israelites were saying, yeah, Ezekiel keeps prophesying, but that stuff he's talking about, that ain't for us. That's for many days off. It's coming. The days go by and every vision shall come to naught. Every day comes and goes, and yet this dude who had a vision, it's coming to nothing. It hasn't happened. And Yah says, For I am Yahweh, I speak, and the word which I speak is done. It is no longer deferred. I'm not staying my hand any longer. The mercy, the grace is up. Now here comes the judgment. For in your days, O rebellious house, when I speak the word, I shall do it, declares the Master Yahweh. So the time is now. What Ezekiel has been prophesying is about to come true. And it's going to come true in such a undeniable way that they will no longer speak this proverb, the days have drawn near, as well as the matter of every vision. I shall make this a proverb to cease. The days go by and every vision shall come to naught. Yep, that's over with. Yah's done being merciful. Now the judgment comes. Chapter 13. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel who prophesy, and say to those who prophesy out of their own heart, Hear the word of Yahweh. Thus said the Master Yahweh, Woe to the foolish prophets who are following their own spirit, without having had a vision. O Israel, your prophets have been like foxes among ruins. You've not gone up into the breaches, nor do you build a wall for the house of Israel to stand in battle on the day of Yahweh. Their visions are false, and their divinations a lie, saying, Thus declares Yahweh, when Yahweh has not sent them. Yet they expect the word to be confirmed. Have you not seen a false vision, and have you not spoken a divination of lies? You say, Yahweh declares, when I have not spoken. Therefore, thus said the Master Yahweh, because you have spoken falsehood and seen lies, therefore, see, I am against you, declares the Master Yahweh. My hand shall be against the prophets who see falsehood and who divine lies. They shall not be in the council of my people, nor be written in the record of the house of Israel. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And you shall know that I am the Master Yahweh. Because because they have led my people astray, saying peace, when there is no peace. And when one is building a wall, see, they are coating it with whitewash. Say to those who coat it with whitewash, it shall fall. There shall be flooding rain, and you, O great hailstones, fall, and a stormy wind breaks it down, and see, the wall shall fall. Shall you not be asked, where is the coating with which you coated it? Therefore thus said the Master Yahweh, I shall break down with a stormy wind in my wrath, and a flooding in my rain of my displeasure, and great hailstones in wrath to consume. And I shall throw down the wall you have coated with whitewash, and bring it down to the ground, and its foundations shall be uncovered, and it shall fall, and you shall be consumed in the midst of it, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. So I shall complete my wrath on the wall, and on those coating it with whitewash, and say to you, the wall is no more, nor those whitewashing it. The prophets of Israel, who are prophesying concerning Jerusalem, and who are seeing visions of peace, for her when there is no peace, declares the Master Yahweh. And you, son of man, set your face against the daughters of your people, who are prophesying out of their own heart, and prophesy against them. And you shall say, this is what the Master Yahweh said. Woe to the women sewing cushions for all joints of the hand, and those making veils for the heads of people of every size, to hunt souls. You hunt the souls of my people, while you keep alive your own souls, your own beings. And you have profaned me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread, to put to death souls that should not die, and to keep alive souls who should not live, by your lying to my people, who listen to lies. Therefore thus said the Master Yahweh, see, I am against your cushions by which you hunt the souls like birds, and I shall tear them from your arms, and shall let the beings go, the beings, the souls you hunt like birds. And I shall tear off your veils, and shall deliver my people out of your hand, and they shall no longer be as prey in your hand. And you shall know that I am Yahweh, because with falsehood you have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and you have strengthened the hands of the wrong, so that he does not turn from his evil way to keep him alive. Therefore you shall no longer see false visions, nor practice divination, and I shall deliver my people out of your hand, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. Now, that was the entirety of 13. I'm trying to do a better job of not interrupting Yah when he speaks. And that was all from his mouth. So in a nutshell, 13 is about false prophets. Look at verse 3. Thus said the Master Yahweh, woe to the foolish prophets who are following their own spirit without having had a vision. Verse 9. My hand shall be against the prophets who see falsehood and who divine lies. They shall not be in the counsel of my people, nor written in the record of the house of Israel, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And you shall know that I am the Master Yahweh. How many false prophets do we have today? In the name of God. There's a Torah for that. If a prophet prophesies falsely in the name of Yahweh, we are not to fear them. Fear, the biblical connotation of fear, means deep respect. Deuteronomy 10:10. If we ever think that what Yah's asking us to do is too great, as if we can't live up to the standard that Yah set. Deuteronomy 10 verse 12 rather. And now Israel, what is Yahweh your Elohim asking of you, but to fear Yahweh your Elohim, to deeply respect Yahweh your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul, to guard the commands of Yahweh and his laws which I command you today, for your good. That sounds a lot like love the Lord your God with everything you've got and love your neighbor as yourself. Fear Yahweh your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart and with all your being. Love the Lord your God with everything you got. Guard the commands of Yahweh and his laws. Love your neighbor as yourself, which I command you today for your good. The false prophets. No bueno. My hand shall be against the prophets who see falsehood and who divine lies. Is Yah speaking to these prophets in Jerusalem in the time of Ezekiel? Yes. Is Yah speaking to us and the false prophets in the world today? Yes. These false prophets, they shall not be in the council of my people. Don't listen to them. Nor written in the record of the house of Israel, and I shall remove their names from the book of life. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel. Behold, I come swiftly to reward each man according to his works. Yeshua speaking in the book of Revelation, the last chapter of the book of Revelation. Revelation 22, verse 12. And see, I am coming speedily, and my reward is with me to give to each according to his work. I'm the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are those doing his commands, so that the authority shall be theirs unto the tree of life, and to enter through the gates into the city. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and to enter through the gates into the city. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am the master, Yahweh. Then he talks about whitewashing this wall. Because they have led my people astray, saying peace, when there is no peace. And when one is building a wall, see, they are coating it with whitewash. It's a poorly constructed wall. It's in disrepair. Instead of fixing the wall, they're just painting it. Oh, look, it looks great. Think about somebody that's like a slumlord, right? Or some of these bad people who flip houses. Yeah, there's structural cracks in the brick exterior of the house. Just paint it. Yeah, but what about the structural issues? Just paint it. We can flip it. We're going to make it look good. Doesn't matter how good it looks if it's broken. Doesn't Yeshua rebuke the Pharisees? You are like whitewashed tombs. Yeah, it's a box for a dead person, but boy, it's pretty. Same concept here. Woe to those whitewashing the walls. The wall shall fall, verse 12, and see, the wall shall fall, because the wall's jacked up. It doesn't matter how much you painted it. It's fundamentally, structurally compromised. Then he goes into these divination of these women with these cushions. No bueno. He shall tear off their veils, and I shall tear off your veils, and shall deliver my people out of your hand, and they shall no longer be as prey in your hand, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. Because with falsehood you have made the heart of the righteous sad. It is an abomination to cause strife between brothers, by the way. Because with falsehood you have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and you have strengthened the hands of the wrong, so that he does not turn from his evil way to keep him alive. Therefore, you shall no longer see false visions, nor practice divination, and I shall deliver my people out of your hand, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. That he does not turn from his evil way to keep him alive. The wages of sin are what? Death. What is sin? 1 John 3 verse 4, transgression of the Torah. Does the Torah allow divination? No, it does not. So the inverse of the wages of sin is death. The wages of righteousness is life. He does not turn from his evil way to keep him alive. Therefore you shall no longer see false visions, nor practice divination, and I shall deliver my people out of your hand, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. Ezekiel 12 and 13. Bless y'all. Shalom.